So it's Christmas Day, the sun is going down, but I thought I'd come out for an hour and get rid of all that Christmas fug that you get from eating and drinking and being merry. So anyway, got my first find, a bit of spoonage. Oh yes, and over there, Smokey the treasure hunting cat is guarding me. Have a look. Well, hope you can see him, but he's sat over there guarding me. Cats like to guard you. By the way, Little aren't sponsoring me, but they might. First coin of the hunt, it's in my hand here. It's a Dernier, yes, what a surprise. Have a look. So there it is. A little copper mite. It's getting dark, isn't it? Sun's going down pretty fast. A bit of button, I think, in my hand. I don't know if that will clean up to be anything or just a broken up old button, but we'll find out later. Now this is definitely a Dernier. They don't get much smaller than this in copper coins. A tiny thing. Absolutely tiny. So that's a 1 unit for sure. Well, this might be a thing, but in this light I can't really tell. But, you know, have a video of it and we'll see later. Have a look. See? I don't know what that is because I can't really make it out in this light. You know, in the pocket it goes. We'll find out later. So this is Boxing Day. First find of the day is a little Dernier. Ooh, that's almost a poem. There it is. Have a closer look. It's almost crummy enough to be a Roman, but no, I think it's a Dernier. Ooh, and he lost it there. Yep, good old Dernier. As I said in the previous video, I'm looking for three sorts of treasure these days. I'm looking for metal treasure, stone treasure, and mushroom treasure. Now I've been out for, it feels like hours and hours, but probably only 2.5. I walked miles. I've jumped down ditches, I jumped up ditches, I waded through mud. I found one tiny little coin. And I got home to my log shed. So here you have, and guess what I found? Oyster mushrooms. So here you have oyster mushrooms in my log shed. Growing on these logs. In the log shed. And more there. Growing on these logs. And more there. How about that? My own source of oyster mushrooms. How about that? My own. I'm going to try to take this one off without all the others falling on top of it. I'm going to try to take this one off without all the others falling on top of it. And you see, there's more there. They're all grown up there. And you see, there's more there. Amazing. All grown up there. Amazing. So we cook in the medieval way here. Well, maybe not quite medieval, but kind of similar. Have a look. So this is our stove. We burn wood in it. And on top there is a oxtail stew, which has been bubbling away for a couple of days. And next to it is some mulled wine, which has been bubbling away for a day or so. And I'm about to glug it. Oh yes. Happy holidays. Now the competition I've been running for a couple of weeks hasn't come to an end. I had 18 entrances and only 3 people got them all right, even though I didn't think it's that difficult, but then I spend all night time in the field picking these things up. But anyway, so if you want to go back and see that video and have another crack at it, it's there to be had because I've got another 7 prizes to give away. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like. See you again soon. And just as a final note, have a happy new year and a prosperous 2023, and thank you all my supporters that have bought me coffees. It's the only reason I do these videos is the love that you give me and the love that commentators give me. But you know, when someone sends me $5, I know it's worth 500. So it really, really, really does stimulate me. So all those coffee buys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and have an amazing 2023. Well, I'm coming out for a quick detect on this strip that hasn't been planted with crop. And I know this is a good strip because I think I found a Roman coin here once. But anyway, I'm testing things out. with the... See, it must be important, there's a car coming. So I'm testing it out with the Osmo Pocket just to get a feel for it, because I plan to do the next trip, the one to Alderney, with the big brother of this, and I just want to get a feel for how it goes. So anyway, let's see if we can find something. Let me show you the strip I'm going to be working on. So I should be able to do this in a couple of hours with a bit of luck. So there you go. That's the first real find of the day. A bag seal for seeds or for poop. Well, that's another little bag seal. I think it's going to rain on me pretty hard. Ooh, but we'll see. Well, I had some choice words to say about this signal because it's right by some tin can cut up into bits and bobs, and it's a big old signal, and it's got to be the rest of that tin can, hasn't it? Well, I uttered some choice words when I dug it up and found out what it was. Have a look. Look at that. Look at that. That's a barrel keg tap, as you can probably guess. You need to be a genius to work that one out now. I don't think it's hugely old. I mean, you know, 100 years, but wow, that's a nice find to end. And guess what? It's by the car. Hello everybody, we're about to go on a treasure hunt. Found some nice stuff and some interesting stuff, and got to stretch my bones. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who's bought me coffee over this year. That's what's kept me going, because I know it means a lot to people. And, you know, YouTube really does work against small creators. And you can see that by the way that they don't let anybody under like the age of 35 watch my videos, etc, etc, etc. And there's a whole loads of other stuff. In fact, I might make a YouTube explaining to creators what's going on with YouTube and why it is and don't get much traffic these days. Anyway, yeah, it's a very sorry tale, but it needs to be told. But anyway, outside of that, I'm going treasure hunting, and the reason I keep it up is that I know there's a lot of people out there that really, really like my content, and that's underlined by people who buy me coffees. And at the end of the day, you know, the fact that I'm not allowed to have more than a few followers because of the way that YouTube rations me and rations everybody else, well, there's enough people out there to go out and make videos for them, because I really, really enjoy the appreciation that I receive, and that's what makes me make my videos. So here it comes, another video, and this time in 4K, because I'm experimenting with that to see if it makes any difference. Now, as an aside, if you have a treasure hunting video channel and you want a shout out from me, then please email me on fromchillbill@gmail.com and say that you'd like me to do a little compilation of your material and do a kind of shout out video, a showcase video of your channel. You can tell it's important, there's a car going by. So if you've got a channel you want me to do a showcase for you and a shout out, then email me on fromchillbill@gmail.com and we'll sort something out. So out again, and I'm on this field. This is quite an interesting field. Let me take you around it. 360. There you go. So I actually found a coin of Charlemagne's son here, and some nice pieces along the road, but apart from that, really nothing much at all, which is good enough. But you know, it's not a rich field. It was the first time I came here, along the road here, but they ploughed it a few times since. I'm hoping I'm going to find more. But anyway, I just got a nice signal, and this is my excited face, some houses there, you see. But anyway, got something here. Have a look. So this is my excited face. This is my very, very excited face, because right here, well, you know, 20, 30 yards either way, I found some 2-2 shells. Only a couple. But amongst the 2-2 shells was a silver dinar of Charles the Bald. Oh, I got a scratch. Oh, I got a scratch. Oh, that's better. Anyway, Charles the Bald was called Charles the Bald because he had no land, so he was bald of lands, and he was the son of Charlemagne. So it's a beautiful coin. It was a bit smashed up, But there it was. Anyway, I'm kind of back around this area. I got this really crummy signal. I mean, really crummy. And I thought, well, I've got to dig it, because you've got to dig it all. You've got to dig it all. Anyway, what's in my hand? I don't know what it is yet, but it's exciting. It's exciting. It's not a 2.2 cartridge. Let's have a look together, find out what it is. So that is what it is. Now, that's actually looking rather like a gene stud all of a sudden, isn't it? But, you know, you guess what I'm hoping it's going to be. So let's clear the mud off. So is it a button or is it a coin? I don't know. I think it's a coin. I'm hoping it's a coin. So I've turned it over and that feels shank-like. Oh, I think it's a coin, but I'm gonna, you know, that could be a bust. I don't know. Let me clean it up a little bit and see what I've got here. But, you know, you can see why I'm excited. But no, it's looking buttony, but we'll see in a minute. It's not Charles the Bald, it's Charles the Bald's pants. Anyway, a button. Oh, that so looked like an ancient coin. Unless, of course, it's an ancient coin with 3 holes punched in, or 4 holes. Not very likely, is it? No, not very likely. Well, dear viewers, this is the Spindle whorl. And a lot of you got this wrong on my competition, and I thought, I keep making a big thing about Spindle whorls. I keep saying they're not Celtic ring money. I keep making jokes. I mean, I find them pretty much every video. And hardly anybody got it. Well, half of the people that entered got it, and the other half didn't. So there you go. But of course, if you look at it, I've got just south of 30,000 subscribers, and I get on average a couple of thousand views. So really only less than 10% of my subscribers see my videos. And I know I subscribe to some people, and I never get to be recommended their videos, or even know they're around. I have to go hunting for them. So, you know, YouTube is a bit of a nightmare these days. But anyway, here you go. A Spindle whorl. Let's have a closer look, shall we? This is a nice old big one. Don't rub the Spindle whorl. And there it is. Yeah, that's an oldish one and a biggish one. In the pocket it goes. Now, I think I've solved one of the mysteries of treasure hunting, and that is why there's so many thimbles in fields. Now, one of the reasons is I believe that they were sewing sacks and sewing up buttons and all sorts of bits and bobs, and they carried a sewing kit with them. A lot of people did anyway, because, you know, fastenings were very feebly attached, because they didn't have nylon and very strong thread in those days, and therefore they lost a lot of buttons. So they was always sewing them back on. But another reason is their houses didn't have any lighting. So they'd sit outside to do their sewing, and they'd sit out in the garden or wherever was convenient, probably in the garden. Oh, I hope you're not getting this wind noise. And they'd sit out in the garden and they'd be sewing outside, not inside, because inside they didn't have windows, or very small windows and very dark windows and not great glass. They didn't have any electric light, so no light to sew by, so they'd go out in the sunlight and sew, and therefore when they drop their stuff, it'll be out in the garden or somewhere approximate. And around here, you know, there used to be like 90% of the people were on the land, and now there's 2.5%. So there used to be a lot of property out here, a lot of little cottages. They all got deserted, and they all fell down, and they all got ploughed in. And there's still quite a lot of derelict property in these parts, for example. And you know, there's a reason. Little cottage, not much in the way of external lighting coming in through windows, no internal lighting, maybe a candle or two, which is not good. No, you can go sit outside and do it in the sunlight, and that's what they did, and that's why they lost lots of thimbles outside. It's plurring on me. It was totally blue sky, big dark clouds coming overhead and plurring on me. Have a look. I mean, it looks actually quite dark on the viewfinder, but it's not. But that one over there is plurring on me. I don't normally like to go right down to the edge of the road, because it's full of stuff that blows in off the road, lots of foil, lots of tin cans, all that sort of rubbish, and it's normally hard to dig, so I tend to avoid it, which is very silly, because all sorts of good stuff are on the other side of the road, because people have been doing stuff by the side of the road for hundreds of years, but I don't like it. Anyway, gone down to the side of the road, And I've got what a lot of people, you see, don't like to find buttons. They go, oh, I found a button. I like buttons. I like them. They probably were worth more than the coins that I find. But anyway, I've got a button here. I found it right there, right by the road. And there's the car over there. So anyway, it's in my hand. It's a lovely one. Have a look. Now this is the back end of it. And look at that there. Let me turn it around. That's a Grenadier's button. Grenadier. A old-fashioned grenade there with the fuse going. You want to throw that, wouldn't you? Yes, beautiful button. And on the reverse side will be a military shank with like a 4-hole kind of gadgety thing. Let's prove me wrong, shall we? Let's have a look. Now they made the military buttons with really good shanks. Let me blow this off. I'm going to see it later when I clean it up, but that's like a 4-hole. It's like 2 wires making a cross, and you can sew it 4 ways, and that meant it was a lot more likely to stay on than a single shank button. And all the military ones in France had that. But anyway, outside of that, look at that button. Look at that button. Look at that button. What a beauty. 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 Iron buckle. Well, not sure whether to put that back. I'm going to put that back in the ground. Yeah, leave it there. I don't really want it. And it'll only moulder away if I don't put it, well, moulder away in the ground, but it won't be me mouldering it away. So back in the ground it goes. I'll find it next year. Well, I'm up by that power line where I found that Carolingian. Anyway, Charlemagnian coin, and I've got another very similar sort of signal, but it's a button again, but it's a rather nice one. Have a look. So that's just a button top, bronze. It could be a cap to something, I suppose. But anyway, when we clean up, we will establish what it is. But it's a nice thing. It's an old thing. That's, you know, early 1800s at the latest. 1700s, I'd say. Farmer's brace clip. Well, that'll get your heart racing, particularly when it comes out from a place where you found hammered ancient silver. But that's the bottle top. Well, that is a big shot musket ball. Yep, and it's fired. And another musket ball. This time it still looks like it's got a sprue on it, and it has a sort of ring around it where maybe it was stuffed down a barrel. I don't know. Lead ball with sprue and a sort of band around it. Well, if it's not a musket ball, please post your thoughts below. And there you are, a little, what looks like a medieval spectacle buckle, but it could be a watch buckle, but I don't think it is. It's very fine. Another one of these odd musket balls. Have a look. So you can see the scratches down the side. Now I take it that's from when it's been fired, and the fact it's not round anymore, I take it from that's where it's been rammed down the barrel. But it's got that sprue on top, and I thought they would have cut that off. Maybe not. Who knew? But anyway, it's still there. Another musket ball mystery. Finding musket ball after musket ball. So I've moved away from there. I don't know what they was doing there. Maybe it's like a shooting range or something. So I've moved away a few meters, And, well, look what I just found. It's a tap. Big old, I don't know if that's bronze, brass, iron or whatever. But anyway, yes, it's a tap. I'm going to put that in the bag. Haven't got much longer to go anyway, so I don't mind carrying it for a bit. And, well, no wonder it was a big signal. Oh, yes, this is my excited face. No, don't do that. Show it to them live. Show it to them as I see it. Anyway, this thing was about, oh, I don't know, 9 inches, 10 inches down. And it was a beautiful little signal. Eep, eep. Tiny, tiny little eep. That's a really beautiful signal. Oh, it could be silver. Have a look at this. I have no idea what that is. It's got some rather strange looking goo in the middle of that one. But we'll find out. If it's edible, we'll come back and we'll pick it.
So we saw this mushroom, which we didn't know what it is, but then Chill Bill discovered that this was the orange peel mushroom, and it's eatable. We can actually eat it. And even more, it's a dessert mushroom. How often the mushrooms are the dessert, but this one is. So I came here back to pick it up, and it's still here. Da, 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 da. Well, I think somebody munched it already. Maybe it's adult, because about 3 days ago we've been here. Apparently these mushrooms are growing in families, so normally should be a lot of this mushroom here, but I didn't see any, and this is the only one. Does feel and look like orange peel. Yeah, I guess it's a wild boar was here and munched it a little bit. Yeah, well, I picked up as much as I can. If you see something good, pick it up before the wild boar eat it. That's the lesson. And I didn't find more orange peel, but look what I found. Hedgehogs! And quite a lot of it. Okay, let's take it. Nice hunt.
This is what it looks like when it comes out of the ground, or in this case, out of the basket after it's come out of the ground. And you can see it absolutely looks like orange peels. Now, the gamekeeper said, "Oh, c'est mortel," which means it'll kill you, but it's not true. This is the orange peel mushroom, and although it's got a mixed reputation, there's lots of French cookbooks with the recipe in there. And that's enough for me. If the French have been eating it for a couple of 100 years, it can't be that poisonous. You would hope. Orange peel mushroom. And it grows like a cut, but then it splits, and it makes these orange peels. Doesn't it look like an orange peel, or a tangerine peel maybe. And we're going to cook this in a dessert and in a salad from an old French cookbook.
So this is an orange peel mushroom, which is not very often you can see it, even in the nature. We saw it probably first time in our life.
Very, very rare mushroom. You will never be able to buy this in a shop.
But we found it, we identified it, and I found the recipes for it. And we can eat it raw, which is quite rare for the mushroom, I think.
Yeah, I don't think eat it but okay. I think because it's such a rare mushroom, it has a reputation for not necessarily being edible. It's inedible mushroom time. So I think, to start off with at least, eating it raw is not high up my list. Is this salad going to be raw then?
Yeah.
Oh. So okay, let's give it a go. It's in the recipe books. Some books are a bit sceptical about whether it's edible or not, but the French cookbook we've got, it's got plenty of recipes for it.
So let's start from the salad.
And these particular lettuces have been my saviours in my diet, which has gone quite well. I've lost 20 pounds and I've got another 20 to go, and it's going to be a struggle with all these cooking videos, I can tell you now. But anyway, these have been my friends because they're very satisfying, and of course, you know, 0 calories in one of these. But you can chomp your way through lots of them. It's filling and it's tasty, and it's got a bit of bite. It's very crisp and it's a little bit bitter, which suits my old man palate. Very, very good. What are they called?
Sucrine.
Sucrine. I don't know what they're called in America, but that's what they're called over here. Now, excuse the banging around, we've got cats and they want to play, and here's a little video we just shot of them playing. So we're just chopping it up.
It's a salad. You just chop it up.
Well, for some people, salads come in plastic bags already chopped up, don't they? I like that. It's got a bitter taste. I like that bitter. It's a nice bitter taste.
So the salad is chopped. What we do next? What we do next is we're doing the sauce for the salad, which I will take. It's all spontaneous, so we'll take olive oil, quite a bit because there was quite a bit of salad. We'll put a little bit of vinegar, just a spoon.
Okay.
Just a spoon, because vinegar is vinegar. You don't want too much of it.
It's vinegar.
Then we'll take mustard.
Any old mustard? Dijon mustard?
Any old mustard.
Obviously, it's got a really hot mustard. Not quite so much as if you've got a nice, soft, gentle French mustard like this.
Then we'll put a little bit of Tabasco for just a little bit of
heartburn. By the way, I just heard, for heartburn, a really good thing to take is a teaspoon of cider vinegar with your meal. Apparently it works.
It does work in Japan. People do drink vinegar with sparkling water, and it's very good and tasty.
Oh, that's true. Yes, yes. Vinegar cocktails, that's a Japanese thing. And you would think it would be terrible, wouldn't you? But it's not so bad. Well, in fact, it's not. It's really nice. Typical Japanese deliciousness.
And they live until 100.
Probably not because of cider vinegar cocktails.
And we will put some honey in it. Just a tablespoon of honey.
Honey with everything here.
Mix, 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 mix.
Mix.
So what we forgot here to put?
I don't know. You always forget something.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Don't forget the salt and pepper.
Half teaspoon of salt.
Count the grains. Exactly 7,362 grains.
And a half spoon of pepper.
So that amount of pepper, you know, a couple of pinches, 3 pinches maybe max. From the 100-year-old pepper grinder. And then drink it. No, don't do that.
Don't do that. And then you pour it around your salad.
And of course, if you like things really hot, you can put more Tabasco in. So if you like a little bit of fruity tang to it, a little bit of zip, you can put raspberries in. These are frozen raspberries from the summer. And this will give a little bit of raspberryness.
I don't know how many, half cup? No, less than half cup.
As many as you got, really.
And pre-last ingredient is this.
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
Yes, they are.
Approved. So, what we'll do with the walnuts, we'll take them, and we chop them, because they're in big chunks, and some people like big chunks, I like small ones, and they will give a little bit of crunchiness to the salad.
The salad's already incredibly crunchy, I've got to say.
It will be more.
Nuttiness. The world needs more nuttiness. Well, actually, it's got enough, hasn't it? But you're going to get more with your walnuts.
We definitely will. And it will also, when you chop it, they will give some oil. So it will be good. So the salad is looking like this. So.
My life flashed before my eyes there.
And now we will use the last ingredient, which is da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
So what we do with it?
I don't know.
It's very easy. You just take it and put it around as a beautiful peel. That's what it is. That's how you do it. So easy. This mushroom is so easy and beautiful, and it's give us so many different colored palette on this.
I'm gonna have a taste of this raw. I'm skeptical. Let's have a taste. Oh, it looks like orange peel. It smells like orange peel. Not really. And it tastes like nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, faintly mushroomy. It tastes like cardboard, frankly.
Yeah, it does taste like cardboard.
You know, we need to save the rest of it for pudding.
Yes.
Cardboard pudding is what we're going to use the rest of it for.
The salad is ready. We'll put it aside and we'll pre-prepare the dessert because it needs about an hour to macerate.
Might as well macerate, I suppose. An hour to percolate. Macerate. I think macerate's good.
Macerate is good.
Yeah, macerate's good. To cogitate.
To cogitate in, and so we'll
To
use...
ruminate.
To ruminate. So we'll use this small dish and I'll put it like this. I think this is the leg. We don't need leg.
Leg of orange peel mushroom, no.
The special dish.
Special delicacy.
We will not use it this time a year. So I'll put lots of this mushroom here.
Need a bigger bowl.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely fine.
So we've got a bowl of orange peels now. It did all fit. I'm amazed. And we're going to put with it, what's that, sugar?
Sugar syrup. So it has to lay in a sugar syrup for about an hour. It's exactly how long it will take us to cook.
And then it's going to taste like sweet sugary cardboard.
Not really, because we will put also some...
Kirsch.
Yes.
Cherry vodka.
Ah.
No, it doesn't smell like much to me.
Oh, it smells so much cherry
Really?
and vodka. Here we are.
Is that enough?
It's enough because then afterwards in 1 hour we'll splash it again with the kirsch. But right now it has to stay.
So the lesson is you've got to put exact amounts of kirsch to get this right. Or you just pour it on.
Or drink it on the side.
And I think that maybe it should have been less of the sugar syrup and more of the kirsch. That was my kind of inclination. But we shall see. We shall see.
1 hour.
So we're going to try this champagne, which is Swiss champagne, or Swiss method champenois. It's won lots of medals, apparently. I'm very bad at taking these champagne corks off. This is the bit I don't like. There you go. Downhill now. Oh. Ooh, the Swiss know how to jam their corks in. Let's get some leverage on this.
Ah!
That always, if you blow across the top, it stops it from exploding everywhere.
And here we have an orange peel mushroom in the kirsch. So we'll take one of it.
Big piece.
Big piece, you want a big piece? Boom! Look how beautiful it is. Oh!
Let's have a taste. Cheers, my dear.
Cheers.
No ching, but never mind. Champagne with cardboard. Very good. What now?
Salad.
Salad, yes, let's do this.
As I'm a cameraman right now, so we mix it because of course the juice that we put in the salad is down. Have some mushroom.
Thank you. Let's try this cardboard. Slightly oily cardboard now. Orange peel without the orange. Maybe you should put some orange juice on it. It might taste like orange peel.
Well, the story of this mushroom, it is purely decorative, so it's for decorative reason. It's not for a taste. It's no taste at all. Yeah, it's no taste. It's just decoration.
Yes, why not? Well, I'm going to say the salad recipe is delicious. The orange peel fungus is cardboard. And considering that some people go, ooh, not so sure about that mushroom, I would say don't bother with it. But the salad recipe is lovely. So to answer the question, does orange peel fungus taste as good as it looks? The answer is no. It tastes like cardboard. And here is a cauliflower mushroom. Yay! So it's harvest time on our accidental oyster mushrooms. They're down here. And first of all, let me introduce you to my glamorous assistant. Now, Lidl don't sponsor her, but they might. Here they are. These are all from our log shed. And they're all growing oyster mushrooms. So we put them out here. So we've now got a oyster mushroom farm. And my glamorous assistant will harvest them. So there you go, a typical oyster mushroom, or as the French call them, pleurots.
And we going to put it in a soup, a special soup, Chinese one.
Now whether cutting or tearing is better, we don't know, but we thought we'd cut just in case it was less, disturbing to the roots. Well, the wind is whistling. I hope you can't hear it, but it's whistling. And I've got to find here, it's a button and it's smashed to bits. I might have done it, but I think it's probably very fragile. It's the first for me. I've never done that with the button, or never found a button like this before. So 10 years, one button down. So there it is, and that's whatever it is. And I'll clean it up and see if there's anything more interesting, because it looks like it's got a pattern on it. Hour and a bit, found nothing. At last I'm up to where I thought the stuff would be, but you just can't concentrate on that and forget the whole other field. But anyway, where I think the stuff should be, and I got my first find. Here it is. And it's a good old spindle whorl. I thought it was going to be a lead seal, but as you can imagine, that's a banging signal. So it's a big one. Yep, a spindle whorl. Well, this is a thing. I don't know what sort of thing it is, but you might. If you know, post below. See, that's too regular to not be a thing. I mean, is it a Roman tessera? I don't know. It's a bit big for that, I would have thought. But it's, definitely something that's been worked into a sort of square tiley thing. Smooth side, bubbly side, square side. Anyway, that's going in the pocket. I'll clean it up and see whether it's got numbers on it or something clever. Well, it's a good job it's not a cold wind, because it's blowing hard enough. Anyway, after about 2 hours, I got my first coin. Have a look. So there it is. I know I'm kind of greedy. I know you guys out in the States spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours just to find, the odd occasional find. And here I get, disappointed when I don't find a coin every 20 minutes. And not just a modern coin, but an ancient one. So I'm spoiled. But anyway, getting some exercise. And another coin. Well, not another coin, the first coin. So I'm coming along the side of the road, and I don't like it because it's full of garbage and tin, and if you've got to dig it all, you've got to dig it all. You're digging a lot of awful rubbish. But anyway, another find. Not much of a find, but I'm glad I've got it anyway. Bit of spoonage. Here it is. So that's the top of a pewter spoon. It's been chopped by the plough, no doubt, because pewter gets pretty brittle as it gets old, or certainly when it's in the ground. It sort of all goes flaky and crumbly, and that will just be the top of a pewter spoon. A mighty lumpo of junco, although it's probably copper. A nice bit of exercise, I don't know, 2.5 hours. Really nothing, 1 coin. I check this field every year, and you know, most fields you go on, there's pretty much nothing there, or there'll be a small pocket, and after you've done them a few times, that's it, it's empty. Oh no, field's never done. Well, anyway, but sometimes you go on a field, there's nothing on it, like this one here, and you go on it a few more times, you think, I can't believe there's nothing here. And you come back and you find a couple of things, and you go, oh, well, there's something here. And then next year you come back, give it a little go, nothing. Then suddenly you've got some great finds. And where Nugget found that Dupondus of Augustus, I've been on that field many times because it's so big. You know, you want to try everywhere before you give up on it. And I never found anything at all, really. And then we go on there with Nugget, and Nugget gets a beautiful Roman, and I get some beautiful stone tools. So you've got to persist, for sure. You have got to persist. But I persisted with this particular field, and as yet nothing has come up. But it's perfect metal detecting in terms of it's flat as a pancake, the soil is soft as butter, and you know, there's no wobbling about and lumpy bumpy bits. It's like detecting on your own carpet, and that's really nice. The only trouble is there's nothing there, but maybe next time we will see. First of all, Happy New Year. Anyway, I've been going through a lean patch like I do from now and again, and I'm back on a field where I found that lovely Roman denarius, and came on here with Nugget in the summer, and you know, we didn't find much really, didn't find any crazy Romans or anything, but I'm back here because it's been so wet. I should get some really good depths. I've got the Deus 2, hopefully it will bring something up from the depths. Anyway, I've got a little thing here which is a really poor signal, and it's a tiny little mite of a thing, but it might be an artifact. Have a look. So there it is. You can see there's markings on it. It's looking pretty old to me, but anyway, it's bashed up, but maybe some more of these little mites hanging around. That'd be a bit more interesting. But anyway, that's old. Now on the Deus XP, anything in the 60s zone tends to be lead. So for a big coin, copper, you're looking at 90s, top 80s, 90s, sometimes mid-90s. So anything down in the 60s, like you go, oh, no trash, you know, 4, that sort of thing. But you've got to dig it all, And when you do dig it all, occasionally, very occasionally, you get an excited face. This is my excited face. Oh, yes. And we're kind of by the car, but that's not by accident, because this is where I parked, right by what might be a Roman spot. Oh, yes. And this is where I was with Nugget. We needed to find one. Anyway, it's in here. Have a look. I'm going to stop getting on, and you can have a look see. And I think this is a small Roman coin, but I could be wrong. See, last time I did this, I forgot to switch the blooming thing on, and I missed the find, that silver ring. But anyway, that I believe is a Roman coin, a very small one. Yeah, it certainly looks like one, and we'll find out later when I clean it up. Well, it's been many hours since I've had a good find, so boom! I've broken the fast. Been a long time since I got the Roman coin, and I searched around that area intensively, nothing at all. Some iron, dodgy iron signals, but I didn't even bother digging them because they were so obviously not what I wanted. But anyway, finally got another find. It's a round ball. So probably a rifle ball, not for shooting, bore, but for something a bit smaller maybe. Mind you, that'd make a mess of a bore for sure. Pistol ball maybe, I don't know, maybe a bit too big. Who knows? But anyway, over here, there's a pile of poo. And the pile of poo is good news and bad news. The good news is when you see a pile of poo, you know the field's not seeded, so you can get on there if you've got permission for the field. If there's no pile of poo and it looks like it might be harrowed, it might have been planted, so you kind of stay away. The bad news is it's come out of a cow shed, and all the moo tubes, as West Country Clegg would call them, and all the tin foil off bits and bobs and all that stuff that goes into the cow poo and never comes out ends up in the field. So under that there'll be, I don't know, 30 or 40 pieces of foil that's going into this field that I'm going to find next year. Anyway, that's the story of the pile of poo. Now I'm always on the lookout for these, and this might not be one, but you see what I mean when I show it to you. You see, is that a Roman tesserae, i.e. a bit of mosaic? I don't know, because I haven't actually studied one right up close, but it's suspiciously square and of the right size. So I'm going to put that in my pocket. And I'm on the lookout for these, because obviously if there's a mosaic around here somewhere, there's going to be some coins, isn't there? But, you know, you're just looking. This is just an anonymous field. The fact it's had a few Romans in it doesn't mean there's ever had a building here. But you live in hope. This is my excited face, but not for a good reason. I went over there and I nearly got trapped in the mud. Very, very nearly. Now, I didn't, but mainly because I used my coil as a third leg and my spade as a fourth. I managed to get the leg that was very, very, very nearly trapped out without trapping the other one in the process. Because what happens, you pull one out, the other one goes in, you pull that one out, the other one goes in. So you've got to kind of get back, and you've got to be lighter, basically, lighter than the person that went in. And the only way to do that is to have support. Now, one way to do it, if you really get stuck and someone to help, is get a big piece of cardboard, I mean, you know, like 4 foot by 4 foot, and use that as a base to get out on. But anyway, when you're on your own, you haven't got any 4 foot by 4 foot bit of cardboard with you. But anyway, I didn't get stuck, but it was very, very close. Well, that's not quicksand. I mean, I wouldn't have gone up to my neck or anything, but I would have had to call out the wife to rescue me, as I had to do once many years ago. But anyway, and as I'm picking my way back, because, you know, it's a horrible thing getting stuck in the mud. So I'm picking my way back now because I'm quite tired. And I got a signal, and it's on the cusp of diggable, because when I try to dig it, I start sinking into the mud. And it's a really, really strong signal. Anyway, I got it out, and here it is in my hand, and it's the good old Spindle whorl. It's about the best signal I've had all day. Obviously the Roman coin is the good find, and this is a nice find too. So there should be a house around here somewhere, I'm guessing, because they would have been sowing outside when they dropped this. But anyway, it's a bit of a quagmire around here, so I'm not going to hang about. Oh yes, this is my excited face. And I nearly picked it up, I nearly cleaned it, and I thought, no, don't do that. Show it to them live, show it to them as I see it. Anyway, this thing was about, I don't know, 9 inches, 10 inches down. And it was a beautiful little signal, eep, eep, tiny little eep. That's a really beautiful signal. Oh, it could be silver. It could be. And guess what? It is. Have a look at this coin. Oh yes, first of all, I'll show you the hole. Just making sure I'm recording this time. Now, right at the bottom of that. So that's a good 9 inches, 10 inches. And this is what came out. Now that, I don't know yet, but it's looking like Napoleon Trois, and it will be a 1 franc, I should think. Never found a 1 franc, I don't think. Anyway, let's get it. So there is the coin. And yes, that is the old man himself, Napoleon Trois. Oh, it's in quite good nick too. Yeah, it's going to be a 1 franc, I believe. Let's have a look. Don't rub the coin. Well, unlikely to be numismatic quality, and unlikely to be a valuable one even if it was. But anyway, for me, that's marvellous. I can see a date there. I can't see what it is, but I can see the date. Anyway, that is totally awesome. And I just recorded the bit about nearly getting stuck in the mud. And then the next swing, here we are. A beautiful 1 franc of Napoleon Trois. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Something like that. Now, while I've got it out, the DJI Pocket 2 Creator Edition is my go-to camera because it's so light, it boots real quick, and it produces fantastic results. And, you know, steady cam, wait, I'm falling over here. Look, so you saw that. Perfectly smooth, me falling over the camera in my hand. You know, that stabilisation, he said, falling over again. You see, it's the excitement of finding that silver coin. The stabilisation makes a huge amount of difference, and this is 4K too, and it's basically no bigger than a stick of gum. It's absolutely a fantastic machine, and I've got a link below if you want to go and buy it on Amazon for your own creativity. There it is, the link below, and I'll get a few groats if you buy it through that link. Oh yes, always after the cash. So I'm going to fight my way back between the solid places and the bits I might get stuck in and see if we can find anything on the way back. Probably not. I mean, after all, Roman coin and a silver franc, what more can a man ask for? You know, sometimes, you know, you think you're imagining things, but I think what I've got here is a Neolithic polished axe head. What's left of one. It's been shattered a bit, but have a look. If I turn it over, you'll see why. See, that face there looks like it's been polished and it's been smashed. And if you go around the other side, you'll also see that polish there as well. And later on, in the last parts of the Stone Age, or whatever you want to call it, they polished up their axes on the faces. You see, that's the cutting edge there, and it's actually sharp. And when I see that highly polished surface, it's unnaturally smooth. And you see it more and better there. You see, that has been polished, I think, and that makes that a part of a axe head. And it's been clonked by the plough and shattered, and maybe it was just shattered doing its job. But that, you can actually see it's striated as well. So yeah, without a doubt, well, in my mind anyway, that is part of a Neolithic axe head. And that's then been smashed up in the field or in action even. It's just so smooth, that, so polished. You can see that in the sun, so that's quite exciting. That's going in the pocket, oh dear, or actually in the bag, but the same thing really. Then in the Stone Age, the late Stone Age, they polished their axes and their tools because it stopped them from shattering, lowered the friction so they could cut better. So you take your axe, you'd polish it with a piece of sandstone that axe head would cut better and would also not shatter. Stone tools are made from stones which are quite crystalline, and if you hit them, the effect of that blow is the same in any direction. And stones are quite often fragile. If you've got a little knobbly bobbly bit and you hit a tree with it, that can shatter that piece out of the axe head. Obviously that would break your axe head pretty quickly. You polish the stone so that the blow energy is spread throughout the axe head a lot more evenly, and therefore it's much less likely to shatter. It will also cut better because there's less friction when you actually strike that tree. So that was an exciting hunt in more than one ways. Roman coin, silver coin. What else? Axe head, Neolithic axe head, I think. And nearly got stuck in the mud permanently. Yeah, oh, that was so close. That really was a little bit terrifying. But anyway, I got the phone with me, so I could always call up for help. But anyway, it's no fun. So, right sort of excitement, wrong sort of excitement. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like. And please share too. And please rattle the cages of the internet to get people to come and see my stuff, because that would be really good. Anyway, thanks just for coming to watch. Happy New Year, and have a prosperous and wonderful one. And a fun one too. Nanny Poos, Fluffy Poos, and fish head soup.